Hi guys, this is gsnhome.com and I'm here in the presence of royalty. This is the very first 10GB RAM phone that we test. Here we go. As you can see here, Snapdragon 845, 10GB RAM. It's the famous dual display phone. It's the Vivo NEX Dual Display and we're unboxing it right here. gsnhome.com, here we go. So it was launched in December 2018. It's still rather fresh. 10 gigs. I have to admit my own PC has 8 gigs of RAM. I may have to change it because this baby has 10 gigs of RAM. And this one here is a display. This one here is also a display, so it has two displays, one on the front and one on the back side. And guess what? It only has a main camera. There's no front-facing camera because you can take selfies with this one. Since you have the screen here, you can see yourself while you're taking the selfies. So the Vivo NEX Dual Display came in December. Has 10 gigabytes of RAM and also 3 cameras at the back, and the price tag is around $725. This shade is called Polar Blue and has a bumper case to match. Now, one thing to notice, I love the small details, are the 3D effects of the box. If you look at them from certain angles, you can see they change color. So nifty 3D effects for the box. Now inside the box, let's see what we got. You have to pull on that tab and you are met with the following things. Okay, so first we got the metal key used to access the slots, then you have the manual, then a very hefty charger. From what I've heard, this 22.5 watt charger may require an adapter in some countries. One of the biggest adapters like ever, and a pair of headphones, pretty stylish. They're actually pretty small by today's standards. They feel a bit like the in-ear monitors that some rock stars use. And a bumper case, which is rather beefy and big and fits the color of the phone. And of course, there's the cable of the USB Type-C variety. Let's see how we can get it right here. Here we go. USB Type-C checks out to full USB. And of course, an extra document in there for good measure. Okay, so that's everything inside the case of the world famous already dual display 10 gig phone. Putting the drawer back in. This is kind of sexy, and it's now time to fire up the device. So let's see what's happening here. It's got an aluminum frame for sure, glass at the back and glass at the front. It's got a 6.39-inch screen up front, Super AMOLED Full HD Plus, and at the back side we have a 5.49-inch Super AMOLED screen. This time it's Full HD only, not Full HD Plus. And also the second screen is a 16:9 aspect ratio one. The CPU is a Snapdragon 845. You've already heard about the RAM. There's also 128 GB of storage and no trace of microSD card slot. The battery is a 3500 mAh unit and the fingerprint scanner is within the display. This is FunTouch OS based on Android Pie. I'm going to opt for English. Okay, not many countries available from what I can see. Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, India, Myanmar, Brunei, Cambodia, and a bunch more. So a big focus on Asia and Russia and things like that. Okay, skip. Okay, Google services. I also have to make a confession. I may have done hands-on with such devices, but this is the very first Vivo brand phone that we're testing, the first Vivo brand phone. I've tested Oppo, Xiaomi, Huawei, and OnePlus, but Vivo, that's a first. Okay, so aside from the in-display fingerprint scanner, it has face unlock, it doesn't have a selfie camera per se, and has fast charging, 10 volts, 2.25 amperes. This is the interface. It's growing on me, that much I can say. And as far as I know, a 3-finger swipe should trigger the back display, but only if activated. Okay, so Jovi should be a vocal assistant, a Chinese vocal assistant, dual screen, paint heart. Okay, some settings here. You can choose the apps. Oh, this is it. So slide horizontally with 3 fingers to switch. Here goes nothing. And okay. And guess what? The second screen has been activated and it picks up where I left off with a smaller screen. This is pretty interesting. It feels like the camera is a bit overlapping on the screen, or at least that's my impression, or maybe it's a protection on it. interesting thing here. I'm going to have to look into it. Anyways, the second screen is smaller but still pretty crisp. And let's try it again. And now we turn over the phone, and this is how you alternate between screens. Now let's talk about the specs a bit. Specs, I'm talking about the camera. So there's a triple setup here. There's a combo of 12 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization, 2 megapixel camera, and a depth sensor. It's a special time of flight sensor, and also there's an LED flash. As far as I've heard, the main 12 megapixel camera is the same one from the Xiaomi Mi Mix 3 and the Asus Zenfone 5Z. So it also has dual SIM, LTE category 16, USB Type-C port at the bottom, the speaker also the bottom side, everything crammed in an 8.1 millimeter thickness, and it all weighs 199 grams. Okay, wallpapers checked, and we have a button here. Not very sure if it's for anything. Oh, so you can actually switch the screens with the press of a button. That's good to know. Okay, we usually like to check out the camera experience, the camera interface. So let's see it, especially since this is our first contact with a Vivo phone. So we have a lot of stuff going on here. I don't know what this is, but it requires internet. Okay, this is certainly the bokeh. Moving photos are also a thing. Portrait light effect. This is probably the wide aperture. Interesting. And this is actually separated. It appears we have two bokeh modes. One has those cool effects like the iPhones and the Huawei's sort of portrait filters, so to say. Okay, this is HDR, which is pretty self-explanatory, and more features here. Touch, voice, watermark. There's also this one here. And the rear screen is activated, so you can ask someone to take a picture of you. That's cute. It's for the tourists. Okay, so all in all, this has been the first contact with the famous two-screen phone. Vivo NEX Dual Display. This has been the unboxing from gsno.com. Be advised and be assured we'll be back with a full review very soon. It's quite the looker. It's a bit heavy, and frankly speaking, the whole dual display thing is growing on me. Although this protrusion here, not very sure if it's a protection or not. Anyways, we'll be back with a full review very soon. Bye bye.